Welcome, my beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in. You here with your host. You here. We back again. You're on the Golden Gemz podcast, baby. And yes, we live. Today I got a special episode coming at y'all. Today we talking about life after football. So pretty much as you seen in the last episode, we touched base pretty much on what my podcast is going to be about. So pretty much, I'm preaching about generational wealth. I'm preaching about being financially literate, and honestly, we gonna have some fun. I'm gonna be giving y'all gems every episode and really just transitioning into life, man. I'm sorry about my phone going off, but I'm a busy man. But really, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we talking about transitioning into life, man. And at the end of the day, it's been a very interesting transition. At the start of it, of course I had to come home, had to figure out my living situation, and then from there, I had to go ahead and figure out really, what my next steps was. And my next step, obviously, one of them was, getting a new car. So shout out if you've seen it, I just got a new car. Then the next step after that was getting into, a good job for me, and I kind of looked at a few different options, but I kind of wanted to get a job to where it was going to really set me up for success and set me up for my future, and kind of make me more business orientated too. I wanted to pick a different path that was going to kind of align me with just, the direction that God is placing me on, because at the end of the day, life is crazy, man, and this journey has been crazy, and I've just been embracing it. And with me being home right now, me getting a new job, I'm actually, I'm making good money right now. And, life is good, man. At the end of the day, I got a couple bills I'm taking care of. I'm making a couple plans for the future right now, maybe as far as moving and, kind of building up my networking pool. And, getting back to really, what these last few months have been like, I've been really reading, man. I've been reading, I've been studying up on the stocks, I've been studying up on cryptos as well, learning about the new world of the NFTs. And then also, too, I've been really finding the basics of just, what generational wealth really means, and really what generational wealth is and how you create it is pretty much you yourself gaining assets for you and your family. It's you creating passive income for yourself, man. And it's really just you, really setting your family up for success in the long run. Because you got to think about it. What you do now is going to carry you for the rest of your life at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what you do now is going to determine the rest of your life. I mean, for me, I've made a couple drastic decisions, man. Decisions that's going to alter my life either for the good or either for the worse or for the good. And at the end of the day, I'm willing to accept those decisions that I made. At the end of the day, like I said, I picked down one dream and I picked up another. I set forth on one path, and then I'm now switching into another path. And it took a long time, man. It took me damn near almost a year to kind of revert and switch lanes, And now that I've been home, like I said, I've been reading. I read this book called The Alchemist. I read Think and Go Rich. I read Die Hard or Hustle. It's Hustle Smarter, Hustle Harder by 50 Cent. And then I've also read, I want to say, Can't Hurt Me. I've been reading a lot of books, man. I've been kind of brushing up on my knowledge, honestly. And, I'm doing that because I'm trying to gain knowledge in other areas that I wasn't really doing while I was playing football, while I was in college. I ain't really take school serious, man. I ain't really take, the academic side of, the whole school thing. At the end of the day, school was not for me. I loved it, because the friends I had, the people I was able to meet. But honestly, if it wasn't for football, I would have never took my ass to college. Excuse my French, but it's the truth, At the end of the day, football set me up for success in the long run because it gave me discipline. It showed me the right path. It kind of gave me all the tools that I need now. I'm going into my entrepreneurship journey because I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm going to be investing in everything. I'm going to be creating that generational wealth that I'm talking about for my family in every single way possible. I'm going to have passive income coming to me. I'm going to be invested in stocks. I'm going to be invested in cryptos, real estate. I'm going to maybe even have a couple cars, things that I'm doing, as far as selling and flipping cars. I actually got that going on, so stay tuned. I'm gonna put y'all up on game on that. And at the end of the day, man, I mean, like, we here to, you know, embrace this journey called life. It's a game, you know. Life is really a game. It's chess, not checkers, baby. That's a phrase that you're gonna hear me saying a lot. And with this game of life, you know, it's chess, man. You gotta make the right moves on the board. Sometimes you don't get in check. You know, it's like, what's that next move though? You always got another move. It ain't checkmate, baby. It's a lot of room still up on the board, you feel me? So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead, take an intermission right now, and then we're gonna go ahead and get a quick question from my co-host. So, go ahead, co-host, what you got for me?
So, the question I have to ask is, how was the transition from just college into the real world? What was the biggest change that you noticed from, you know, that structure to just having that free will to do whatever you want?
Oh, okay. That's honestly a great question, man. And really, I think, like, I'm a man and I'm a person who needs structure. Like, I need structure to function in this life. And I think that was honestly probably the hardest transition, is just finding that structure. Because with this real life stuff, man, you don't got nobody telling you when you got to wake up. You don't have anybody telling you when you got to go ahead and pay that bill, or when you have to, you know, go pick up Johnny from daycare, or when you have to go pick up Susie, your little sister, from her practice down the street. You know, at the end of the day, you have to create your own schedule. You have to create your own roadmap for your life. And that kind of was the hardest part for me, and I think the hardest transition, you know? Because, I mean, in football, you hear. Literally, like, camp, y'all know how that camp life is, man. That camp life is different. You got a set schedule. Your day is mapped out from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, maybe even 10 if you got some crazy-ass coaches. But that's the reality of it, man. And it's like, I think in life you need structure. You need a plan. You need kind of a set direction and a set path for yourself. And I think that's what football gave me. Football, college, and school, that gave me structure. And then, like, coming out of that and getting into this real world, I didn't have structure anymore. You know, and at the end of the day, without that structure, you know, I kind of was a deer in the headlights, or I kind of was chicken with his head cut off running around out here. I didn't have the structure, so I really didn't have a path. I didn't have a set direction. But with that structure I created here when I came back home, it's been great, man, because honestly, like, it's gotten me this far. It's gotten me sitting in front of y'all. It got me here on Golden Gemz podcast talking to y'all. You know, and that's what that structure got me, you know. I took that structure that football gave me, and I flipped it and just put it on the roadmap that I'm in my life right now. You know, so and hopefully that answers your question. Let me go ahead. Let's get one more question. Yeah, all right, and then we're going to go ahead and cut the episode out. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me talk, but, hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in again, man. Thank you. But what's the next question, man? Let me get another good one.
All right, the next question is, you know, we're in this together, but my next question is, what advice would you give someone who is struggling with that transition, someone who's who was in your shoes maybe like a year ago and they don't know whether to go right or left?
Ooh, okay. That's a good one, man. I mean, finding out whether to go right or left is definitely a tough thing. I mean, honestly, like, if you're in my shoes, or if you were in my shoes, you know, like, if you've been playing a sport, or if you've been brought up like playing sports just in general your whole life, it's gonna be a tough transition for you. It's not gonna be easy by any means, and let me just tell you that in the door. Because at the end of the day, you kind of have to find yourself, man, and that's kind of what I had to do. I kind of had to take a step back from being the football player. You know, I had to take a step back and, damn, like, who the hell is Darrell? You know, and that's my government. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell your mama, your sister, or anybody. But, yeah, so Darrell's my government. But I had to figure out, who's Darrell? Who do I ultimately want to be? Like, who am I? You know, who am I without that helmet or without that thing on my head? You know, like, who am I outside of, you know, that football player, or that guy who's wearing that jersey, you know, or that guy who's in college who has a structure, who has this thing and has a set plan every single day? Who am I without that? And once you take a step back, and once you just analyze, like, who you are, and take some time, find yourself, bro, and research. I mean, if you into that, like, zodiac sign stuff, I say you go ahead, figure out your zodiac sign, man, because it's some truth in that. And we'll touch on that in a couple later episodes too. Figure out your zodiac sign. Figure out, you know, what goes with your personality. You know, get off all this social media stuff. You don't got to be strolling all day, baby. Go ahead, sit yourself aside, look yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, okay, so what's next? What do I really like? What do I really want to do? And that's exactly what I did, man. And that's got me here. You know, like I said, I took a break. I took a whole year off social media for a reason, man. And it was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life up to this point. Besides, you know, going along, playing football, doing all that, you know, but it's honestly, seriously, was one of the most important things is I got my path, I got my set direction, and now I'm doing something I love. I'm doing something, you know, from the heart. And yes, that was a long-ass, winded answer, but yes, you know, make a long story short, you're going to find the structure, man. Just take a step back from reality, take a step back from whatever the hell you're doing, you know, and go ahead, look yourself in the mirror, and you'll find that person. But hope that answers your question, does it?
It definitely does. An excellent answer, man, because I know a lot of people are going to be coming on this podcast and, like I said, don't know how to go left or right, and, you know, now you got the map, so it depends on how you use it.
Yes, and thank you, Nodell. Thank you for giving that gem. Thank you. I hope y'all got something out of this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming and taking another day. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for taking some time out of y'all day, for coming in to come chill with your boy, come hang out with me and Nodell, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, this is Golden Gems Podcast. I hope that I'm leaving y'all with a few gems, and I'm hoping that y'all take some things from today's podcast, and you know, you kind of sit back and you're like, okay, I got something out of that, and then come back again, baby. But make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell button, make sure you hit that like button. Look at the show notes. This is going to be on Apple Music, it's going to be on Spotify, it's going to be literally everywhere, like I said. So make sure you come back for more Golden Gems Podcast, baby, and guess what? We out. That shit was gold, bro. Appreciate you.